So what I'm doing is I'm taking the 1 hour long chill mix that I made that's on YouTube under Dreamlit District, and I'm creating a shorter 3, 4, 5 minute mix for people to enjoy that just want like a regular song length. So I'm taking the hour long mix and I'm kind of just like making a new mix out of it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the end here and I'm going to take portions of the song and then mix it at the end here, and then I'll just export it that way. So to start off, this whole section here at the very top in blue is like the main chord progression that's played throughout the entire chill mix. As you can see, it basically never stops. Like it's the duration of the entire mix. So I definitely want to start with that and have that be kind of the foundation of this new mix that I'm going to put over here. And then, so I'm going to start it on kind of like this lighter bar just to kind of keep track of everything. So, and then this one, it also kind of goes along with the chord progression, so I'm going to put that over there as well. And then this like 90s synth sample that I used as well. But again, I don't want it to drag out too long because I want this to be a shorter mix. So I'm actually just going to take out half of this and just leave this portion here, and it'll be like the intro. And then I'm going to take the riser, which this is a riser right here, and then I'm just going to add it here to kind of give this like a drop feeling going into like the second portion of it, which is going to be this part. So I'm going to copy and paste that over here. And then so far we have, it's like a minute and something. So because it's a shorter mix, I actually might cut this intro in half again. Right there. So yeah, I'm gonna just take this out. And then just move all this over. So now it has a shorter intro because it's the shorter mix. And I think that's good for like one portion of the song. I'm just gonna move this over here again to give it another riser, and then add in the other portion of the song, which is technically a break. So we could put a break there, but because it's a shorter section, I think I'm just gonna go right into this part here. And then add that over there. So now it goes from this think we're at almost 2 minutes already. Yeah, see, I like that part because this is like the cyberpunk one because it has like that cyberpunk kind of like gadgety sound to it, with like gears and stuff. Yeah, after this section, I'm gonna go ahead and add a break. So I'm just gonna copy this over. And then make sure I have my riser again here. And then this is gonna be a lot shorter as well. So delete that. Delete this. And I'm gonna move this over. Because this brings it back in after the break, then we're kind of like easing back into the song. But this is also gonna have to be cut in half as well for the sake of it being a shorter mix. And then I'm gonna go right into this section. After that break. So break. I'm bringing the bass back. I might even, yeah, since we're already at like 3 minutes, I actually okay, first off, this needs to be the full sample. And this bass note seems to be cut off. So I'm gonna go in here and make sure this is dropping properly. And I'm actually gonna turn up the intensity of the note so that when it does hit, then it's listenable. Because we're bringing back the bass, and then we can slowly technically bring back the drums as well. Over here. So then it's just the synth sampled bass, and then we get drums. And then I should have a riser here because this is when it technically fully drops. Yep. And then I also have this other section to this song. It's like a completely different synth sample. So I think I'm gonna bring this in as well. Here. But I'm gonna shorten it by half. So first let me move this out of the way. And then we're gonna just take out half of it. Bring this back. And have another riser here because we're changing the vibe. Yep. And I think that this section, yeah, so I need to also add in that chord progression that I talked about. That's kind of the staple to a song. And then I'm gonna do one more break. So I'm gonna go back to like the full mix and see what kind of breaks I had in here. Let me just see what this one's like. Put it up here. It's a good place to have a break for sure, I think. Definitely not gonna be this long. I think maybe just like, honestly, like a quarter of that would work. And then just bring it back right away again. I like the kind of like that. Well, this is technically the cyberpunk mix on YouTube under Dreamlit District. And this sample here has that. Yeah, has kind of like that cyberpunk sound to it. So I'm going to bring that back right here. And then to end it, so this is kind of like the short mix. So to end it, I think I'm gonna do something just with this section down here. Honestly, I think that's a good ending. Now I'm gonna go to the automation, and I'm going to just take the volume down. So automation button here, and then we're gonna go to mixer, and we're gonna go to track volume, and I'm just gonna slowly take it down to 0. Maybe in the middle actually would be good. Right here. Just do that for all of. Make sure you're on mixer and track volume, and just bring it down. And same with this over here. Middle. Mixer. Track volume. And we'll see what that sounds like. have a lot of cat hair on me. Somehow it got over my microphone. So I feel like I have cat hair in my mouth right now. No, I think that, yes, that was a good mix. Pretty quick and straightforward since it was already mixed before as the hour-long mix. So I really just needed to mix it as like a short version of that. So yeah. Started with an intro, riser here, and then I went straight into the beat, and I have that for several bars, and then another riser, and then I bring in kind of the cyberpunk feel here, which I technically could do right away. But yeah, I like it how it is. And then we have a riser, and then a break with the synth and the chord progression. And then we have bringing back the bass here, bringing back the drums right after the bass. And then a riser, and then the whole beat drops again. And then riser, and then a new part of the song with the synth sample down here. And then another riser, a break. Then another riser, then I guess the outro in a way, or like the last full part of the beat, and then riser, and then the outro, which is just the synth chord progression, and then like a little melody that I made, and then automation, the volume drops. And that's how I mix my short songs from my hour-long mixes, and then basically just export. And we want to make sure the volume is back up to 0 because I turned it down for the video. So it's at 0, and then make sure everything's highlighted. So a very important thing is when you highlight like the part that you want to export, so you're not exporting the whole entire song, is Command L on Mac, and then it'll loop the section that you want to export, and then you can go up to File, Export. So then you're only exporting that section. So I'm not exporting the whole hour-long mix plus the short mix I just made. And then we'll label it Cyberpunk Chill Mix Short Version.